Hello, my beautiful friends. I am back and I'm so happy to be here with you. I just want to give you some quick reminders. One, this weekend, Saturday, May 26th, I will be in Brooklyn and I have 2 appointments left, okay? Everything else has been booked. I have 2 appointments left. Link below if you want to book those for an in-person reading with me. Also, I am dubbing the month of June the Great Divide. A lot of you will see me talk about that in your readings. Not every sign, but most signs. Those of us that are energetically sensitive have been feeling this for some time, okay? I cannot even begin to stress the importance of decision making here in Gemini season. And it's interesting because Gemini is about variety and experiencing a lot. So as you start to experience the variety of energies around you, people, social circles, options, right? It's important that by the time the sun moves into Cancer, you have chosen which side of the fence you land on and who will be standing there with you, okay? Because if we wait for the universe, for spirit to remove people from our lives, we are behind the ball. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that. So spiritual discipline and spiritual maintenance is more important this month than ever. I can't even begin to stress that, okay? Also, June 1st to the 4th, I am running a flash sale and it's gonna be exclusively posted on my Twitter and my Instagram @_spiritual siren. So you want to follow me over there if you want to be involved, okay? If you want to get hip to the sale and be able to get in on it. And lastly, as always, all my services are on my site. As some of you have seen, I put out the mid-month readings as snippets, or you can join Siren Gang where you get $3 off all my services all the time and access to my weekly blog on top of getting access to every single mid-month reading. And yeah, I also have like some kits now on the site where you get a reading and then you get a kit in the mail to cleanse your own energy and to plant stuff in the ground, to do a ritual and to bring manifestation about. So, and also I've had a lot of clients lately asking me how many readings they should get a year, which I suggest no more than 4, and what they should do in between if they need support. So I have something called Siren Support, which is an email service, $25, $26. And we email back and forth whatever your issue is. And also I have one called Intuitive Counseling where we talk on Skype. And I do pull your chart, but it's not an astrology reading per se. So go over to my site. I have a bunch of new services and I'm here in service as always. And I appreciate growing with you all. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that I cook a lot too. And I've said it before, but I'm looking for the way. Spirit is going to answer my prayer soon about how to integrate that and bring more food to you guys in a real way. So I love you all, and here's your reading. All right, Capricorn, so I'm getting a lot of pressure in your forehead, almost like you're scrunching up your eyes and trying to see something. Okay, there seems to be a lot of force in this energy. Okay, first out the deck, we have the Queen of Cups with the Hanged Man. And not that your intuition isn't functioning, obviously it is, but there's things that are on hold, okay, as it relates to matters of the heart. And I just don't think you really know how you feel. You know what I mean? It's like up in the air because one day you could feel one way, the next day you feel another way. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to feel. Okay. Now over here, we have the 5 of Swords with the 4 of Pentacles. So if you keep getting in nonstop arguments with somebody, you know, obviously it takes 2 people to argue, right? So both people are putting in some type of fault, if you will. But with the 4 of Pentacles here, this is heavy energy of standing your ground. And it's imperative that you make sure you know what you're standing for. Like I said in the introduction, what I'm calling this energy for this month is the Great Divide. And it's very imperative this month that we know what we're standing for and we know that if we choose to guard our heart or if we choose to really make ourselves immobile on a subject, make sure it's worth every single battle you have to go up against. Because remember, the 5 of Swords, nobody's winning. Okay, technically he's winning, but he's holding 3 swords. He wins at the cost of somebody else's pain. Okay? And even in some situations, you may feel like this person. In other situations, you may feel like you're the one that's being backstabbed and done wrong. But I don't think that you're quite clear on why this is transpiring. Why you feel the need to continue having these arguments. Why you feel the need to continue to argue with people that you know aren't going to hear you. Or don't want to hear you. Right? I feel like these are arguments about either money. Someone that you owe money to, or people that owe you money. People that you share financial responsibility with, as well as you feeling like people just are appreciating your time. If you have Cancer energy or are dealing with the Cancer or another water sign, I feel this is going to be even more so the case. Okay? And when it comes to taking the lead in your life, or with career positions or work, or even legal matters, like large structures, right? Legal entities. Make sure, again, that you have 2 strong legs to stand on. Okay, because the Hanged Man is saying that you need to really listen closely to everything that your heart is telling you and assess it for real before you act, because I feel like the place you're in right now, if you act from the place now, it's just going to kind of be the same old, all right? All right, Capricorn, let me tilt this a little bit. Here we are. Now, just really quick off the cuff, if you are dealing with some sort of legal battle with family members, or it doesn't have to be like your blood family, it could be over a child or something like that, I do think it's going to favor well for you, okay? Because in the outcome, overall, we do have justice with the ruined victory and the 6 of Wands, which is victory as well. So you need to, if money is involved in this legal battle, meaning you have to pay out, not saying that you would pay out because you lost, but I mean like if you have to pay legal fees, or this is like child support where you have to, you're going to be, mandated to pay some amount. Just save your money, okay? Save your money. Don't hide it from the court, but it's important that all the moves that you're making this month, you keep your money where exactly it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Have your priorities in line. And that goes for everybody, okay? I think it's important to have our coins and our ducks in a row this month, okay? And it's because you can't outrun your past anymore, Capricorn. For better or worse, your past is coming up to like harvest, okay? But your overall energy is the 10 of Cups. And it's kind of like to really start over and find the new type of emotional fulfillment that you now realize you want and need, right? Because the 10 is a fulfillment, but also a new beginning. So to come to the point where you can really, really have what you've always been craving, because I think that has changed over the years. It has changed since you set out on this journey to be happy, to be supported, to be fulfilled. It has changed. That phrase, chickens are coming home to roost. I don't know why that's in my head, but that's here too. Because we can't run forever, period. Even if this stuff that's coming up for you this month, I don't feel like people are coming after you. Like, this doesn't feel like warrants and stuff, really. But for some of you, that may be the case. But I also don't think that you've been yourself for quite some time. Now, people may be feeling like you are yourself because they only know this version of you. You might not have been yourself for like several years now, or at least months. You know what I mean? So, and maybe you have different people around you now than you did back when you were like your most authentic self. So no one around you even really knows that you've been going through it, and this is not the person you usually are. You're not usually this sad. You're not usually this like tough of an exterior. You're not usually this person that's kind of just like down to the nitty-gritty of things. But there's this softening that will happen very, very slowly by the end of the month when you feel like the universe is finally hearing you, okay? Because I do feel the main issue is you're not being heard by the people around you, and you're not feeling supported by the people around you, okay? And you're learning that not everyone is your friend, even the people that say they're your friends, and that you can finally lay your past to rest, but you also have to leave that piece of you behind, that armor that you had to oh my God, what's that? You know what I'm talking about. That meld, you got to weld it, right? You got to weld that armor to protect yourself for all the things that have been going on for the last 8 to 10 months or even 8 to 10 years, okay? There's been a lot that's going on, but you're closing a massive chapter, especially as it relates to emotional satisfaction, having a circle of people that you really love, that you consider family, even if they're not blood family, it could be friends, having a tight social circle, a support system, and then overall just family matters, okay? What you're being asked to release this month, we have the Three of Cups with the rune Joy and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, you may be this like person that hops from social circle to social circle because you don't really trust anybody, okay? And that has taken a toll on you, okay? If you also only find joy when you are out socializing and you find yourself very like depressed or dissatisfied or just, you know, unsettled when you're alone, that's also not a good sign either, because we can run from ourselves only for so long, and I feel like that's what's happening here. Okay, again, some of you have been running much longer than others, but it has been a while. Okay, it has been a while. Because with Joy and Three of Cups here, it's not that Spirit is saying, oh, don't have fun with friends, don't have a social life, right? Don't feel good about yourself, don't be an independent person. But there's this feeling of like, some of you also may have, you know, been hitting the bottle or whatever other vice that you prefer. Food can be a vice. Again, just socializing and spending money can be a vice too, because if you need to save to get a new house, to move, to satisfy a judgment that's happening, right? Because even if you are found like not guilty or, you know, not in fault, right? I do feel that you're still going to have money set aside, okay, for whatever is about to transpire. Whether it's clearing debts or whatever, okay? You're going to have money. So if you continuously drain your bank account or spend what you need to save to satisfy this gnawing feeling of like you can't be happy unless you're out ignoring your problems, that's not going to fare well for you, okay? And I'm not here to give anybody financial advice, but Spirit overall is advising that y'all get back to your true nature, right? King of Pentacles. They're telling you to get back to your true nature, that person that has a lot of foresight with their money, that has a lot of financial security, and that really sticks to their guns. And it's not that you haven't been sticking to your guns, but you've been sticking to your guns about different things, about things that are kind of like not even really for you and not even really about you. You know what I mean? So, because Nine of Pentacles is very independent energy. It's someone that doesn't need anybody. And that's kind of contradictory to the Three of Cups, right? Because the Three of Cups loves their company. They want to celebrate life. They want to be happy, right? And it's like, but are you only happy around other people? And is that even a real happiness? You know, what's it going to take for you to get to be happy with who you are completely alone? What is it going to take to dig deep and really love yourself so that you can have people around you that you are honest with? Because they're embracing, okay? And I feel like these Three of Cups people are separate than this Nine of Pentacles person. I feel like this is you, Nine of Pentacles. Like, I don't need anybody. You know, I'm a social butterfly. I'm going to float in with this circle. I'm going to float in with that circle. And you put on this front like everything is all good. Then you go home and you're miserable. Okay? And there's also a lot more levity in the Three of Cups than there is in the Ten of Cups. So this is like you have friends that you socialize with, but not people that really know you. Okay? So it's time to lay some really old bodies to rest, some really old emotions to rest, some really old adages and storylines about who you are and what you stand for, because there's just no more time to fake the funk. And I know last month I told you save face for what, and that theme is continuing, because until you keep it a buck with everybody, not in an aggressive way, not in a not in a way that then puts people off, you know what I mean? But nothing will ever take your independence, Capricorn, okay? That's just who you are. You think life is hard, and it's also because you are very strong and can put up with hardship, okay? And I understand that, and that is very admirable. But not everything in life is supposed to be difficult. Relationships are not supposed to be difficult, and this especially when you don't have any commitment with somebody. You know, relationships are for enjoyment. Friend circles are for enjoyment, but not an escapism type of enjoyment. The people that you hold close to you also are supposed to support you, you know, or at least be able to. But if they don't know what's going on, or the people that really love you, you don't tell them what's going on because you don't really want their help, or you don't want to face the fact that you're not happy unless you're out. Like, there's a lot of ways that this could pan out, okay? But I do feel it's time to, like, face the music, okay? And there's no more room to run. The door that's now open for you that was once closed, we have the Two of Pentacles, excuse me, with the Knight of Wands. And on the Knight of Wands, we have the rune Trust. So, again, there's a juggling feature here. And I talked about being sure-footed, right, in the beginning. And he's juggling. He's only on one foot. So, if you have 2 jobs to make ends meet, that's fine. But you also have to trust which job, if you have to choose. If you have to choose a job this month, like, because one is offering you, maybe they're both offering you more hours now, or one schedule is starting to overlap with the other. You have to trust your judgment and trust which one will give you more of a boost. Okay, I feel like this Knight of Wands energy is like a boost energy, like a boost pack. Like when in Mario Kart, you eat a star, you eat a mushroom. You know what I mean? You blast off. If you need quick money, you need to give more attention to the one that can give you quick money. Now, there's also a need to trust your gut with this Knight of Wands, because you're gonna need to make a really quick decision, again, around money and around your finances, and either it's going to be to stop to, you know, find different ways to find enjoyment that don't include being social, finding different ways to save. I'm not being social, but not going out in the way that you have been. And if this is a dating thing and you're juggling more than one person, you're going to have to decide who you can trust. Or you're going to find out that someone doesn't trust you because they found out you're juggling, or vice versa. Because the Knight of Wands is an energy that doesn't last. Okay? So do you also tend to get burnt out with how much of yourself and your decision making you can trust? Because there is this feeling that you don't really trust yourself. Because I don't think you trust other people, Capricorn, in general. In the most general sense, I think that you have a hard time trusting other people. And it's kind of like you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And a certain amount of skepticism is healthy and is necessary, right? Because we don't want to be bamboozled. But you already naturally have that. So you really need to consider, what is it that I'm not trusting, right? Because the Two of Pentacles also talks about needing balance because things have been in high flux. And there's going to be a decision and an opportunity this month to really bring that stabilization back into your life. But you're going to have to act quickly and really trust your gut on which one is which. This can also be an opportunity that you're more passionate about, that can bring you money. But you're not sure if you can juggle it with your current responsibilities, okay? Your current energy as it relates to all of this, we have Judgment with the rune Journey. In your heart, the Eight of Swords. And in your foundation, we have the Ten of Swords. So as I said, I think you've hit the wall, respectfully. Especially with things that, again, either have to do with a literal judgment, right? This could be creditors, the law, judges, court cases, whatever, okay? But that's not all of you. Obviously, that's a small number of you. But this is in general about your past. Anything that you have tried to outrun by moving or changing jobs or leaving relationships or ending friendships or whatever, you're still the same person at the core, okay? You may have changed external factors, but there's something up in your core personality, and it's not a bad thing. It's just there's something about your core personality that you're at the point in your journey that you really have to look at everything that you have been through, again, over the last 8 weeks, 8 months, even 8 years, 8 to 10, okay? 8 to 10. Could be days too, but I really don't think so. This feels much, much bigger. And again, it could be surrounding your emotional satisfaction. If you haven't been, you can't remember the last time you've been happy. Family matters, family issues. And it could be, again, family, chosen family, like friends. Okay? Now, the Judgment always asks us to assess what has transpired from a detached place. However, this is a double-edged sword for you, because this is saying that like you really need to decide if you're at the point in your journey where you're going to continue to carry all of this energy, this distrust for how you feel, and this feeling like you're just so defeated, or if you're actually going to allow yourself to surrender. Okay? Because I do think you're going to make the right decision, but with the Eight of Swords here, again, I don't feel like you trust how you feel. I think that you're afraid to like give into how you feel, because maybe every time you feel into your feelings, you get stuck in those more negative emotions, those more dense emotions. And you're like, how do I get through to the other side? And we have to allow them to pass through our being. And this also is talking about you thinking about your feelings much more than you are feeling them. Because when we feel our feelings, we don't have to name them. We don't have to identify where they're coming from or anything. We can just allow ourselves to have them. Instead of saying like, I am angry, you can say, I have anger. Okay? Because when we ignore how we feel and we just try to think of a way around it, and we try to think of a way to not feel so limited and not be in this position and get out of it, I feel like this is like an escapism. Like I'm trying to escape how I feel and I just end up tangled in this web, right? Because at the core of everything, you've maxed out. You've maxed out on these stories. You've maxed out on these experiences. You've maxed out on these situations that just make you feel beaten down. And you need to really give it up to God. You know what I'm saying? You need to give it over to a higher power, because we all have to hit rock bottom in order to rise up again. And you may have be like, well, I've been at rock bottom for years, blah, blah, but like, because you haven't fully surrendered. Like, you know, we all have a different version of rock bottom. But I will tell you, I have hit my own version more than once. And we don't hit rock bottom just more than once. And we hit it over different things. And we hit it over different, you know, at different times in our life. But we always get laid on us what we can handle. And I know Saturn is in your sign. I know Mars is going to come back shortly when it retrogrades. And I know Pluto is there handing you your butt. But you signed up for this, okay? Because Pluto moves so slowly. Several generations live and die without ever seeing Pluto cross their sun, rising, or moon. Okay, this is a serious thing, and you are ready. Embrace the planet of death. Embrace your home planet of Saturn that is calling you to really take full-blown responsibility for how you feel and how that has limited you, or the experiences you have carried around happiness and around emotional fulfillment. Okay. And around your ability to handle how you feel and also make logical decisions about that. Okay? Because I do feel your journey is getting ready to regenerate, right? Because the judgment comes before the world. But there's just a little bit more you have to relinquish. And these are all thoughts. These are all thoughts, mentalities, stories that you tell yourself, ways that you talk to yourself. And I do feel very like brash exterior, that you, not necessarily that it's authentic, but you do project it. And it's a little bit of a defense mechanism, okay? Spirit's advice for you is strength with the rune safety and the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is all about getting back to yourself. And I feel that you will get into a much safer mode or feel a lot safer by the time Leo season arrives, okay? Now, there's also a need to remember that, you know, with strength, right? You see a woman taming a lion, right? Someone that is looking fear in the face with a lot of calm and a lot of ease, right? The lion and the lamb. So you have to remember that there is safety in both, right? That we need to embrace our dual nature and know when to, know when to bite, know when to attack, and know when to recede. Okay? Because if you've used aggression or a harsh exterior in order to keep yourself safe, know that that is limited. And that you deserve the same amount of patience that you feel you extend to other people. And that there may be people around you that you feel safe, that feel safe with you, or that, you feel safe with, but maybe they don't know that. But it also is safe to be yourself. Okay, completely. 120%. Again, uninhibited. King of Pentacles. It's safe to be you. And it's also safe to be patient And again, to not be so aggressive and to like know when to tone it down a notch. Because the people that really love you and care about you, that if you allow them close to you, like they already know, like they may not be close to you right now because at the end of the day, they know that you're putting up a front, or that they know that, you know, it's too much for them. Because the reality is that like we can test people, and this is coming from a Scorpio moon, we can test people to see if they can go through our worst of times. People don't have to. They don't have to. And they're not wrong for not sticking around. And we have 2 infinity symbols here, so there's a reminder that everything is cyclical. Okay? So there's no need to get caught in one part of life. You know what I mean? It will keep flowing if we allow it to. Moving into July, we have Justice with the rune Victory and the 6 of Wands. So if you are waiting for a contract, or again, waiting for some type of thing to get settled, I do feel you will be successful in that. If you put out some new project, or again, take a new job, I do think, again, that you will get recognition. You may get a raise. And I do think that, you know, as you start to soften up, not, you know, but also keeping your money, right? I do feel it's important to keep your money close and keep your money, you know, in check. But aside from that, I do feel that overall, you are going to be in a much better position by July. But it is going to be imperative that you allow Spirit to handle what is justice, right? And what is right and wrong. And you just focus on keeping your head held high and minding your business and doing your thing. And again, that doesn't require aggressiveness. That doesn't require showing off. That doesn't require like, look at me, look, I'm so tough. I got this all under control. It's like, I'm going to be above the fray. I'm going to be soft when it counts. I'm going to hold my ground when it counts. And I'm going to allow the universe to dole out, you know, karma, or dole out, you know, whatever judgment they feel is fair. Okay? Spirit, what affirmation do you have for Capricorn for the month of June for them to best navigate the energy at hand so they may be supported and successful? Ooh, someone else got this card. I forgot who. Today I listen to my feelings and I am gentle with myself. I know that all of my feelings are my friends. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. This might have been Cancer that got this, which is your opposite sign. Anyways, Capricorn, I love y'all. And it is safe to forgive people and allow Spirit to handle the rest. We are not judge and jury. Okay? It's too much work. Doesn't matter if we're right. Okay? Doesn't matter. It's only you're hurting. Only you're hurting by holding on to that stuff, okay? Love y'all. Peace.